Listen, I know most of these players were not born when the Browns said, we're done playing in Cleveland and moving to Baltimore. I just don't know if organizationally they do infuse this in the players. I don't know. But weird stuff happens when the Ravens take on the Browns in Cleveland. It just always does, right? Remember Lamar famously had to run to the bathroom or do something? just a case in point.
That was against the Browns?
Yeah. Don't you remember? I think it was on a Monday night game where things were going nuts. Lamar suddenly has to run to the I don't know if he said it wasn't going to the bathroom.
He said he wasn't. Yeah.
All right, well,
Yeah,
okay.
right,
Yeah, and Paul Pierce needed a wheelchair.
Hey.
And sure enough, you want to talk about weird? Lamar Jackson, no passing touchdowns, multiple interceptions. And he comes up with a win in those circumstances for the first time in his life, even though this basically captured the moment of the day when the Ravens were on offense and the Browns were on defense, which is Myles Garrett wrapping up Jackson for a sack. And then, again, weird stuff like Mark Andrews scoring on a spinorama fake tush push.
That play was undeniably
amazing.
sick. Yeah, that was awesome.
For a 35-yard touchdown run, the second longest rushing touchdown by a tight end in the history of the NFL. Hall of Famer Jackie Smith once ran one in from 36 yards out.
Was that Cowboy Jackie Smith or Cardinal?
Great question. And Mark Andrews also passed Derrick Mason to be the all-time receiving yards holder in the history of the Ravens.
Oh, wow.
As Andrews joins Jason Witten, Travis Kelce, Antonio Gates, and Ozzie Newsome as the only tight ends to lead a franchise in career receiving yards. That happened. So did Dylan Gabriel having a concussion and Shedeur Sanders coming in the game. In a game in which the Browns were winning. In a game where Myles Garrett became the first player since individual sacks became an official stat to have 14 or more sacks in 5 straight seasons. This is all happening while the Steelers already had a win in the books, and this was shaping up to be the exact thing I was saying all winning streak for the Ravens long, is that when you're 1-5, the occasional slip-ups become that much more glaring and damaging. And a slip-up usually doesn't include a division loss on the road, but it does when you're taking on a Cleveland team that just lost to the Jets and is now on to a 5th-round draft choice quarterback taking, wait for it, his first snaps with the first team since the summer. But that's when you lean on Derrick Henry, who broke a tie with Eric Dickerson and Jim Brown with his 42nd career game with 100 or more rush yards and a rushing touchdown in the history of the NFL, including the playoffs. He now is 42, 5th most all-time, 1 behind Barry Sanders, 2 behind LaDainian Tomlinson, 6 behind Sweetness. But wait for it, TJ. 21 behind Emmitt Smith.
I mean,
21 behind.
the GOAT.
Dude.
Greatest of all time.
And then just the other thing about the Ravens coming up with this win that allows me to sit here and think this right here isn't an outlier where you're struggling against a Cleveland team that struggles. Even though they have a history, it's the first time they've swept the Browns since 2020. So, they usually take a loss against Cleveland. But the defense has now allowed fewer than 20 points in 5 straight games. After this defense in 4 of their first 5 allowed 37 or more points. So they're on a roll. They're like butter. They must be, right? And that's what we're talking about. Next up for them is they have a Jets team coming into their house with Tyrod Taylor being the starter. Aaron Glenn, as you know, has been playing footsie and cutesy about who his starting quarterback is and starting Justin Fields at the end of the day. They have announced he is benched.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's Tyrod Taylor as the Ravens continue their run of seeing former quarterbacks in a game against them or with them. Tyler Huntley 2.0, as we know, started this winning streak by beating the Bears, the Bears' last loss. And they've already seen Joe Flacco, who they might see again on Thanksgiving night. And now here comes Tyrod Taylor. Somewhere Kyle Bowler's like, am I getting a start?
Kyle Bowler.
So
Good one.
this looks good for the Ravens to be above 500 and on a roll. And then they face the Bengals twice, who might sit there and go, why are we throwing Joe Burrow?
I wanted to bring that up earlier. Joe Burrow's not playing against.
Why?
Here,
they
right?
have to sit here and think, why are we going to play him against a defense that's suddenly...
Well, they're going to be out of it. They're going to be like 3-10.
They just knocked Dylan Gabriel out of a game. And I know Joe Burrow's bigger and stouter, but hey, man, they are coming for you. And the Ravens have yet to play the Steelers. And the Ravens have yet to play the Bengals. The next game that the Ravens might not be favored in to win is New England, remarkably. But one by one, because you never know what can happen, as we saw in Cleveland.
For sure.
Hey, you made it all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Check us out every single day streaming live on Disney Plus and the ESPN app 12 to 3 Eastern.